For much of the 20th century, child protection in Latin America was shaped by a welfarist and interventionist logic. One of the main promoters of this model was the Inter-American Children's Institute, the oldest international organization in the world dedicated exclusively to childhood. Founded in 1927 and based in Montevideo, the Inter-American Children's Institute was created to promote cooperation among American states in matters of child welfare. It grew out of the Pan-American Child Congresses, which saw childhood as a priority for nation building and social reform. From the 1920s through the 1970s, the Institute played a central role in shaping juvenile legislation and social policy across the region. Its agenda was clear: the child was to be protected, educated, and if necessary, corrected, especially if found in a condition of poverty, abandonment, or behavioral deviance. This protectionist model, also known as the irregular situation doctrine, allowed the state to classify children as being in moral or material danger and to intervene through institutionalization, correction, or judicial tutelage, often without any legal process. Children were seen as passive subjects, to be rescued or disciplined by adults and institutions acting in their best interest. The Inter-American Children's Institute helped consolidate this model through technical publications, regional conferences, and the promotion of model legislation, including the 1948 Pan-American Child Code. Throughout the mid-20th century, many Latin American countries adopted this approach in their Códigos de Menores, often with direct influence from the Institute's guidelines. But by the 1980s, this model was increasingly being questioned. In the aftermath of authoritarian regimes, economic crises, and growing social inequality, child-focused institutions came under scrutiny. At the same time, new international human rights instruments were being developed, most notably the 1989 Convention on the Rights of the Child, CRC. The CRC radically redefined how the world understood childhood. It recognized children not as dependents, but as subjects of rights, with agency, voice, and legal protection. It demanded procedural guarantees, participation, and the limitation of state intervention to what was truly necessary and proportionate. This shift required not just new laws, but a transformation in institutional culture. And that transformation began to take shape within the Inter-American Children's Institute itself. Starting in the 1990s, the Institute underwent a slow but visible process of reform. It began to adopt the language of rights, aligning its mission with the principles of the CRC and the broader human rights framework of the Organization of American States, OAS. This meant rethinking its legacy. No longer would the Institute promote broad tutelary powers for juvenile judges or indeterminate institutionalization for children in irregular situations. Instead, it focused on promoting participatory justice, preventive public policy, and international accountability mechanisms. Today, the Inter-American Children's Institute supports initiatives on violence prevention and child protection systems, juvenile justice reform based on restorative practices, digital safety and children's rights in the digital environment, rights of indigenous children, girls, and children in mobility, technical assistance for the implementation of CRC principles. The Institute also plays a key role in monitoring and supporting member states as they transition from older legal frameworks, such as the Codes of Minors, to modern statutes aligned with international rights standards. Its publications and training programs now emphasize the four general principles of the CRC: non-discrimination, the best interests of the child, the right to life, survival, and development, respect for the views of the child. Its transition has not been easy. The legacy of the protectionist model still shapes laws, judicial practices, and public opinion in many countries. But the Inter-American Children's Institute now plays a vital role in the regionalization of the rights-based approach, helping to bridge the gap between international norms and national realities. The transformation of the Inter-American Children's Institute reflects a broader historical shift, from seeing children as objects of charity and control, to recognizing them as people with dignity, voice, and legal standing. It shows that even institutions deeply rooted in outdated models can evolve, and that the path to justice for children is not linear, but built through struggle, reform, and critical reflection.